hate me, don't you?
Kons Podcast.
You hate me, don't you?
Hit that like button, subscribe and share.
You hate me, don't you? You hate me, don't you?
Constant content.
Says it's no real evidence linking him to the shooting of Lil Pump. You know what I'm saying? So he feels that the case should be thrown out, but the video been altered down to 30 seconds. You know what I'm saying? So you can hear Sharpe even mention that, you know what I mean? Put out the whole video. So he also said, you know what I mean, that he believes that the earth is flat. You know what I'm saying? He is a flat earther. You something wrong. The chest hurting. My chest hurting. Getting x-rays done. And they telling him they not finding shit. Yeah, what's up? What's up? What's up? What's going on? What's going on? What's happening? This Kons Podcast. This is episode 231. What's going on? What's going on? How y'all doing? You know what I'm saying? It's a Wednesday, April 23rd. It is 12:33 in the afternoon. You know what I'm saying? What's happening? What's happening? Hope everybody having a good day so far. You know what I mean? We in the middle of the week. We made it to the middle of the week. It's motherfucking hump day. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot like to call it. You know what I mean? The middle of the week, getting over that hump. You know what I'm saying? Before we head off and start the pre-weekend. You feel me? With tomorrow being Thursday. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's 12:34 in the afternoon in the West Coast in California. You know what I'm saying? Wednesday, April 23rd. Feel me? It's episode 232 today. You know what I'm saying? Hope y'all enjoyed yesterday's episode. You know what I'm saying? Yesterday episode 231. You know what I mean? When we touched on Cody Rhodes, got his get back with Travis Scott. Put Travis Scott in his signature move, the Crossroads. We touched on Tyreek Hill coming out on the balcony with that baby, having a domestic dispute with his wifey. Got the cops called and all that type of shit. Touched on Diddy having you feel me, getting granted the notion of discovery. Able to see Cassie's memoirs and diaries and all that type of shit. And then we touched on Kanye West's song called Cousins, where he admits in ancestral relations that he had with his cousin. So yeah, hope you touched on, you know what I'm saying? That's what we touched on yesterday. Hope you enjoyed yesterday's episode. You feel me? That was episode 231. Just a quick little recap on what we talked about yesterday. You know what I'm saying? So today, got some more little topics for you. Got about 4 of them for you. You know what I'm saying? 4 little quick topics. You know what I mean? Today, we're going to be touching on Lil Durk. Filed the notion to get this murder for hire case thrown out. We also going to touch on Shannon Sharpe is under a whole lot of fire with this assault charge that he got going on with the OnlyFans girl. Gonna touch on that. Wiz Khalifa says that he believes the earth is flat. Gonna touch on that. Lil Boosie goes live and says that he has a bad heart condition. That's the topics we're going to be going over on today. You know what I'm saying? That's going to be today's topics. You feel me? If you are new here, this is where we go over headlines, where we go over the news, this is where we go over shit that's done went viral, shit that done made a headline that you can look up, that you done seen on Google, shit that has been in your face when you turn your computer on, you know what I'm saying? When you log on to the internet and you see these different headlines, if it's a headline that's interesting enough, I'm probably going to touch on it right here on this podcast. You feel me? You're going to get my thoughts and opinions and commentary on said subjects, whatever subjects that I choose to cover on the episode. You know what I'm saying? But thank you for tuning in, though. Thank all y'all for watching, though. You know what I'm saying? I hope y'all enjoy the channel. If you just subscribed, hope you're here to stay. You know what I'm saying? And I hope you tell somebody else about it. You feel me? But without further ado, let's jump right into it. Episode 232. So Lil Durk, you know what I'm saying? We all know Lil Durk got wrapped up for that murder for hire. You feel me? For the shit that he was, you know, a lot of people saying he was sliding for Vaughn. You know what I'm saying? They went and tried to, I guess, allegedly hit Quando. You feel me? But they end up unaliving Quando Rondo's cousin, Lil Pump. You know what I'm saying? So there was a bunch of videos and shit like that going around on the internet, posted to Instagram and shit like that. So he has filed a notion for them to throw this case out, saying that prosecutors misled evidence, said they presented false info to the grand jury, and they tried to use some song lyrics from a song called Wonderful Wayne and Jackie Boy. They tried to use that and say that in that song there was lyrics allegedly praising the shooting of Lil Pop. That was Quando Rondo's cousin that got hit when Quando Rondo was supposed to get hit. So they're using this song and saying that they were praising and talking about the killing of the unaliving of Lil Pop. You know what I mean? But Durk's team and them said that that song was made 7 months prior to the incident. So it's called Wonderful Wayne and Jack Boy. They said it should be thrown out because of how prosecutors misrepresented evidence, and also says the footage used was altered, posted by people who he don't even know. It's been pushed back to October 17th, and he says there's no real evidence linking him to the shooting of Lil Pop. You know what I'm saying? So he feels that the case should be thrown out. He filed a notion to throw that shit out because none of the evidence makes any sense to him, he said. There's been video proof. There's been videos of shit being posted to the internet of other people that he don't even know. So he's saying the footage and shit is altered, and people just trying to get him. You feel me? There's no real evidence linking him to this crime, he says. So he wants the whole case thrown out and for him to be freed. You know what I'm saying? So this next little clip you're about to see is just a video just breaking down the whole situation of Lil Durk throwing this notion out there trying to get that case dismissed. Check the clip out.
Durk is fighting to get his murder for hire case thrown out with some serious claims about misleading evidence. His lawyers just filed court documents saying prosecutors presented false information to the grand jury, including song lyrics that supposedly celebrated a revenge killing. The bombshell? Those lyrics from Babyface Ray's track Wonderful Wayne and Jackie Boy were recorded 7 months before the shooting even happened. Talk about a timeline problem. Durk was arrested last October for allegedly hiring 5 men to murder Quando Rondo in retaliation for King Von's death. The shooting instead killed Rondo's cousin, Lil Pop. Durk has maintained his innocence from day one. His legal team is arguing the entire case should be dismissed because of how prosecutors misrepresented evidence. The trial was originally set for January, but got pushed to October 14th. This is just the latest chapter in the ongoing saga of rappers facing serious legal battles in 2025. With lyrics being used as evidence in court more frequently, this case could set a major precedent for how music is viewed in criminal proceedings.
As you see, you know what I'm saying? That was just them breaking all the whole situation down. A Lil Durk, you know what I'm saying? Lil Durk under the fire trying to get that shit thrown out, saying all the evidence is misleading and lies and shit like that. And the videos ain't real. They've been altered. They posted by other people, fans around the world. They don't know if the video been altered or not. We don't know, you know what I'm saying? So he's saying there ain't enough evidence that's just linking me to the crime. You feel me? So we should definitely go ahead and throw this case out and free me. That's what Lil Durk is pretty much saying to the world and to the courts. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I don't know, man. I hope he get free, you know what I mean? I hope he get free, you know what I'm saying? Especially, you know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know if you was really tied to that shit or not, but if ain't no evidence really pointing to you tied to that shit, then yeah, throw the case out. You know what I mean? I'm with the legal team on that. You know what I'm saying? If it ain't no evidence pointing them to that, then yeah, go ahead and toss that shit out. I would have filed the same notion. In other news, you know what I'm saying? Shannon Sharpe. So we all been hearing about Shannon Sharpe, you know what I'm saying? Shannon Sharpe been under this fire lately for having this actual assault charge, you know what I'm saying, with him and this OnlyFans girl, you know what I mean, named Gabby. You know what I'm saying? Apparently they was all consensual at first. He was fucking with her, they had texts, you know what I mean, talking about rough play, and she said she wanted him to choke her with a choker and all this and that, and you know what I mean, she wanted to be choked while he fucking, and all this shit is in the text, you feel me? This is all what they're saying. So one thing led to another. There was an argument, you feel me? You gonna hear on the clip, you know what I'm saying? They had a little argument or whatnot, and she called him a manipulator, and he was like, bitch, if you say that shit again, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna choke the shit out of you. You know what I mean? But now this is how they were sex playing at the same time, talking about choking and all this and that. So now she's coming out and suing them for 50 M's, also because I guess they did like some type of anal sex, you feel me? And she told him to use a condom, and he didn't, you know what I mean? And I guess fucked her in the ass anyway, you know what I'm saying? So then she came out, and that was being used in the text messages and shit like that. She said no means no, Shannon, you know, she texted this, you feel me? And then on the call, you can hear her say, once he said, you know what I'm saying, call me a manipulator again, I'll choke the shit out of you, you know what I mean? So then she's like, well, I don't want to be choked, you know what I mean? So I don't know, and certain things that's in the conversation that you're gonna hear, you know what I'm saying, it just sounds like she's just kind of setting him up, you feel me? If I was to give my own opinion on it, it sounds like she's trying to set him up on some shit for real, you know what I mean? And then her lawyer is Tony Busby. This is the same dude who tried to take down Jay-Z with the rape accusations, you know what I'm saying, and which did not fly at all, you know what I mean? So Shannon Sharpe also put out a statement after all of this saying that, yo, Tony Busby, the same dude who going after black people, tried to take down Jay-Z with the rape charge, you know what I mean? So this dude Tony Busby is going around just trying to take out black men is the lead that Shannon Sharpe was taking, you know what I mean, when he released his statement, which you will see in the clip also, you know what I'm saying? So he been under fire with this Gabby girl, you know what I'm saying? And she coming out saying that he SA'd her, you know what I mean? Assaulted her, you know what I'm saying? So I just think it's a bunch of bullshit. I don't think, you know what I'm saying, I think they were definitely, you know what I'm saying, doing something sexual. It was all consensual. I think that she was, you know what I mean, because there's texts where she's talking about that she wants that. She wants to be choked and shit. She wants to be fucked like a dog and all this type of shit with a collar around her neck and everything. You know, this is all type of sex play shit that they was into, that they was talking about. And all of a sudden she coming out and saying that she's been assaulted and all this shit and got him under fire and shit and wanting $50 million. You feel me? So this next little clip you about to see is a clip from TMZ speaking all about it, showing you the text messages. You're going to hear the conversation. You're going to see the text messages. They're going to read the text messages to you and all that. You know what I'm saying? It's about 7 minutes. This is TMZ reporting and talking about it. And they also going to show you the post video that Sharpe had posted after everything has been going on. Also, he said it was a video out there, which is about 10 minutes. It's a sexual video. Apparently that's supposed to do the victim justice, you know what I'm saying? Apparently there's something that goes on, but the video been altered down to 30 seconds, you know what I'm saying? So you can hear Sharpe even mention that, you know what I mean? Put out the whole video, don't just put out 30 seconds of it with something that could possibly incriminate me, you know what I'm saying, when it's not even like that during the whole video, you know what I mean? So it sounds like he got a certain little part where something said or something like that to where it could make Sharpe look bad, you feel me? Sharpe said if it was up to me, I would have released the shit, you feel me? But I don't even have the video type shit, you know what I'm saying? So this next little clip you about to see is TMZ, and they was reporting on the Shannon Sharpe situation and went into full detail and showed you everything that's going on with this situation. So they finna definitely put you up on all the game you need to put up on this shit here, you feel me? Like I said, it's about 7.5 minutes, so pay close attention. This is TMZ reporting about the Shannon Sharpe situation with him and this girl named Gabby from OnlyFans. Check it out.
Strap yourself in, because we're about to tell you something that's pretty shocking. So you know the story about Shannon Sharpe being sued by a woman, it looks like a former girlfriend, who says that he sexually assaulted her. He came back saying,
denying it all together, saying
this
is a shakedown. She's just trying to get money out of me, and he puts a lot of blame on her attorney, Tony Busby, as well.
This is the Tony Busby as in the Diddy lawsuits.
Correct. Tony Busby is representing the Jane Doe. She's filed as Jane Doe. But this morning, Tony Busby dropped an audio recording that he says his client made. It was a phone conversation between herself and Shannon, and they get into an argument, and you will hear what Shannon said to her, and then we'll get into Shannon's response to this.
I don't know. Anything I say, you're just gonna like get mad at, and you're just gonna hang up on me. So I feel like
I'm not gonna hang up on you. Here's what it is.
What does that even mean?
Nothing, Gabby. You want to be a to me now, so.
I don't want to be. Don't manipulate me.
Oh, Lord have mercy. If you say that one more time, I'm gonna choke out of you when I see you. Thank you.
Okay. Well, I don't want to be choked.
Yes, you do. I don't think you have a choice in the matter.
Wow. Yeah. So, the part obviously bleeped out, just to be clear. I'm going to bleeping choke the out of you the next time I see you. Now, what's interesting is the end of that conversation where he says, you don't have a choice in the matter. One of the things that Shannon said in response to this when the lawsuit was filed is that they had a relationship where there was a lot of role playing. So this was a consensual relationship for over several months where they did role playing, there was rough sex, and he admitted to this, and his lawyer released what he says are text messages from this woman sent to Shannon where she said things like...
But we should say, this is going to be really graphic, folks.
Yes. I want you to put a dog collar around my neck and choke me with it while you're blanking me.
By the way, and I should say that the choking aligns with what he says was going on, which is what you just described.
Right. I know you missed this big, juicy... Oh, you're not going to read some of these?
Nope, you're the reader.
I know you missed this big, juicy blank $25K for each cheek. You better crave it because you're going to be stuck with it for life after you put a big black baby.
So what they're saying with these texts is that it aligns with the nature of the relationship which they're talking about.
So Shannon this morning, after Tony Busby released that audio recording, Shannon decided he wanted to respond. Now, he actually recorded a video. He's not responding to the audio recording itself. He's responding to the overall lawsuit and says there are actually more recordings that he expects to come out.
This is a shakedown. I'm going to be open, transparent, and defend myself because this isn't right. This is all being orchestrated by Tony Busby, who has targeted Jay-Z. Tony Busby targets black men, and I believe he's going to release a 30-second clip of a sex tape that tries to make me look guilty and play into every stereotype you could possibly imagine. That video should actually be 10 minutes or so. Hey Tony, instead of releasing your edit, put the whole video out. I don't have it, or I would myself. You know what happened, and you're trying to manipulate the media. The encounter in question took place during the day at her invitation, and now that appears to be a deliberate setup, coordinated by Gabby, also known as Carly on OnlyFans. Gabby and Tony Busby want $50 million. What they're getting is sued for defamation and trying to take me down. My career is all about real talk and honesty. I know my family and fans know exactly what this is about.
So to kind of translate this, I think what he's saying is Tony Busby contacted Shannon Sharpe or his rep and said, give us $50 million or we're going to release, and whatever it was that included a 30-second video, because he seemed to know about the 30 seconds.
Right.
And saying that if you look at it in the full context of the 10 minutes.
It is interesting that he knows the length, the full length is 10 minutes. So that makes you feel like he knows exactly what this video is.
Charles, he may have a copy of the full video.
Well, he said I don't.
He says he doesn't. He actually said, Harvey, if he had it, he would release it himself. I don't know what Shannon believes that the sex tape would show, but he certainly seems to believe that it would actually vindicate him.
He seems to have very clear knowledge of when he said when it happened, described where it happened,
what he's saying,
and the exact length.
But I think what he's saying is that if you look at that 30 seconds out of context, it's going to look way different than if you look at the full 10 minutes.
I will say, if Shannon, and look, these are two allegations, you have heard her side and Shannon's side. If he is correct, he's trying to, and maybe he will, checkmate Tony Busby into releasing the full thing. And if it is 10 minutes, then that makes the public believe Shannon's side of this more than than the accuser's side.
Well,
and I think that's what Shannon's trying to do here.
I disagree a little bit because I don't think the 30 seconds, unless Tony Busby is representing that's all there is, that doesn't mean that he's released.
Your point is, if there's something bad in that 30 seconds,
right,
it's still bad.
Right.
See it.
But if you see the full thing, it's not. It's going to look more like role playing than real.
That's what Shannon.
That's what Shannon's saying. If choking is part of the role playing,
you could see him saying, "Look, yes, I said that to her, but that was a thing that we did, and I meant like."
Can you go back
when you come home? We're going to have rough sex.
Can you just show? Yeah, can you just show the chyron of that phone call again? That's the part. I don't want to be choked is a weird response. Yeah, it's tepid.
It sounds. I listen. And Shannon hasn't said this, but based on the fact that his lawyer put out these text messages and said this is the kind of relationship they had, I could see Shannon saying that was all role play, and that's why she said very meekly, I don't want to be choked.
And that's why the 10-minute tape may show kind of the full context of it. By the way, he can't sue for defamation because when what they write in the lawsuit is protected. You can't sue for what's in the actual lawsuit. He could sue for malicious prosecution, the way Jay-Z did, if this thing gets dismissed with prejudice.
Right.
Or if he wins. But you can't sue for defamation for what's in a lawsuit.
Right. As you saying, you know what I'm saying? That was TMZ. They went into the whole detail of it all with Shannon Sharpe. They went into him and the text messages being exchanged and the conversation that was recorded of her calling him a manipulator. And then he flashed and said, bitch, I'll choke you next time I see you. You know what I'm saying? But now they're saying that could be used with the type of, you know what I mean? That's how they was fucking around with each other. They was always talking about that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? That's how they fucked around. So I don't think this shit really gonna fly. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it's really gonna fly, especially she asked for 50 M's. Now I don't think that she'll get granted no 50 M's. You know what I'm saying? I just don't see it flying. This definitely sounds like some setup shit, some shit that she trying to take him down type shit. You know, I don't know what the situation is between them two, but this definitely sounds like something that she's conjured up and put it into fruition. You know what I'm saying? From bitterness or whatever the case may be, you feel me? But this don't seem like nothing legit to me. You know what I mean? Next up is Lil Boosie. You know what I'm saying? So we didn't have Lil Boosie come out, went on live, you feel me? Recently went on live and come out and was said this was since he had that horrible car accident that I also covered right here on this podcast. If you remember, I talked about how Boosie had a bad car accident. It was other people involved. It was people all on the ground and shit, people limping. It just looked bad. You know what I'm saying? It was a bad car accident. But so he came out on live recently and said that since then he been having chest problems, you know what I'm saying, and having heart issues, you feel me? And he went to criticize, he went to talk about, you know what I'm saying, the different hospitals, saying how the hospitals in Atlanta are horrible, you know what I'm saying? He said he been going to them, telling them, complaining about chest pains, telling them this and that, and they been telling them they don't find nothing. He been getting x-rays done and all this and that, and they telling them they not finding shit, you know what I'm saying? So I guess apparently he went to some hospital somewhere else and they ended up telling him that he had a enlarged atrial, whatever it's called, something about in his heart area that was enlarged, you know what I'm saying, is what the doctors finally told him. So the clips you're going to see, I got two clips. This one clip, the first clip you're going to see is just a clip of him speaking on how bad the hospitals are in Atlanta. Check this clip out.
Hospitals ain't shit. Atlanta need to fucking... Well, let me be quiet before I say so. Let me be quiet. Let me be quiet. I just been up, bro. I had a bad car wreck last weekend. Every day I've been going to the hospital getting x-rays and they just fucking over me, bro. They keep telling me ain't nothing wrong and I keep telling them I barely can breathe. I barely can sleep. I mean, I don't know what to do, bro. Keep telling them I'm up, you know. Man, I'm just lost for. I don't know what to do, bro. Like I barely can breathe, bro. Like I went to the hospital in Florida. When I got here, I went before I left. Man, I'm just. Hospitals out here, bro. Man, I can breathe, bro. Man, I done went to the doctor. I done went to the hospitals, got x-rays. They say they don't see nothing. Every time I go to the hospital, they say they don't see nothing every time I go to the hospital. I'm in there, tears in my eyes, crying, bro. I'm like, I'm hurting. They like, we don't see nothing, like. I'm finna go to Baton Rouge and go to the hospital. I'm finna get on the flight, go home.
Him speaking on, you feel me, how bad he feels that the hospitals are in Atlanta, saying that he been going to them every day, telling them something wrong, the chest hurting, my chest hurting, getting x-rays done, and they telling him they not finding shit, you feel me? So apparently, whatever other doctor he went to, they told him he had something enlarged, somewhere in his heart, you know what I mean, was enlarged, is why they said he having the pain. He said he been going to the hospital like every day, I mean, like every day after performances, before performances, you know what I'm saying, coming right off the stage straight to the hospital, before the performance, hitting the stage, coming from the hospital, hitting the stage, you know what I mean? And he even joked about, said, yeah, that's the back end money, I don't miss no back end money. Then he ended up saying, that's my dumbass problem, you know what I'm saying? Always on that grind, you feel me? Always on that paper chase, you know what I mean? But we love Boosie out here, man, you know what I'm saying? Hope his heart is cool, you feel me? So this next little clip that you about to see is just him pretty much talking about the heart condition and what he been going through with it. He said he been feeling this shit since he had that bad accident, which was a couple of weeks ago type shit, you know what I'm saying? So, or last week, couple weeks, something like that, you know what I mean? So, yeah, he been in and out the doctor. So this next little clip you about to see is just him breaking it all down and telling you how he been having chest pains and heart issues. Said he put a towel on his chest and go to sleep type shit, you know what I'm saying? That's how bad the pain have been. So this next clip you about to see is just him talking about the heart condition that he got. Check it out.
It's my heart, bro. Yeah, I've been f***ed up, bro. I ain't gonna lie. That's why I ain't been on live. I've been in the hospital every day. I'm going to get right, man. I'm going to get with some specialists, see what's wrong with my heart, bro. Ain't never had this kind of pain, bro. I'm just going to get my body right, bro. Rest. Going to see a heart doctor and shit. I just go home every night. I've been going to the hotel every night, just put a cold towel on my chest and go to sleep. Shit. She ain't say it with that hot. Shit. Ooh, shit. Gotta go get myself together this week, man. I'm finna go straight to a doctor and get myself together, man. I've been up. I ain't never had this kind of pain in my life. I'm trying to get myself together, man. I mean, I ain't been this sick in a minute, bro. Like, every day I've been going to the hospital. I gotta get myself, take care of myself. My health ain't right, bro. Some ginger tea that's supposed to break up all the stuff and I just gotta get better, man. I just gotta get better, man. I just want to lay up under somebody, let somebody hold me, man. I ain't lying. I might gotta try that cayenne pepper, man. Yeah, my boy Ray J, he worried about me, bro. Ray J know I'm sick. That's my boy, that worried about me.
was Lil Boosie telling you all about his heart condition and what's going on with that, how he been in and out of the hospital left and right, you know what I'm saying, coming in and out of the hospital due to his heart issues, whatever is going on with his heart, you feel me? So we all hope that Lil Boosie gets well soon, you know what I'm saying? We need a nigga like Boosie out here, you feel me? One of the realest ones that's in the industry, you know what I'm saying? We love Boosie, so we hope he get better, you know what I mean? But yeah, that's all the subjects I have for today. You know what I'm saying? That's all the subjects I got for today. You know what I mean? This has been episode 232. You feel me? So my little, you know what I'm saying? Just go over a little briefing of everything that we just talked about. And I'm going to tell you my thoughts and commentary on these said subjects. You know what I mean? So first we touched on Lil Durk. Definitely found a notion to get his case thrown out. Saying that prosecutors and shit misled and put bad evidence that ain't really linking him to shit and brought that to the courts, you feel me? So now he like, fuck that shit, I want to throw that shit out. That shit don't even need to be processed no more, none of that. Y'all ain't got shit on me, you know what I mean? And I feel him, you know what I'm saying? Throw that shit out. If they ain't got shit on him, throw it out, you feel me? I would have vibed the same shit, you know what I mean? Word. Yeah, especially if y'all just posting shit that the internet posted, you know what I'm saying? He also used that and said that shit could be altered, you know what I mean? These are people I don't even fucking know posting this shit, you know what I'm saying? Shannon Sharpe got under fire for this girl that he been involved with, you know what I mean? I think she's definitely plotting on him, trying to get that bread, you feel me? I don't think Shannon Sharpe was on no malicious shit, you feel me? Shannon Sharpe just was probably trying to fuck and was fucking. They was fucking, you know what I'm saying? And I don't know whatever happened to where she tried to turn on him and tried to extort him and use him and shit and try to get $50 million up out of him, you feel me? Saying that he actually assaulted her, you know what I'm saying? It's wild shit. You gotta be careful out here, you know what I mean? Lil Boosie, you know what I'm saying? Damn, Lil Boosie, we had Lil Boosie come on and admit, say he had a heart condition, you know what I'm saying? Said he been trying to get help for it, you know what I mean? Going around trying to get different places to help for it. Said the Atlanta hospital suck, you know what I mean? So I hope he can find something, you know what I'm saying, and they help him out, you feel me? I hope he can get some remedies for that, you know what I'm saying, to get that taken care of, because your heart is your everything, you know what I'm saying? Your heart is your whole existence, you feel me? That's you walking around, that's you being able to breathe, that's you being able to move and all that, you know what I'm saying? So the heart is definitely something that got to be taken care of, you feel me? So I hope Lil Boosie definitely get that corrected, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, though, you know what I mean? That's what we went over today. That's everything we talked about today. You feel me? We definitely, so conclusion, you know what I'm saying? We definitely touched on Lil Durk, you know what I'm saying? What the murder for hire case thrown out. We definitely touched on Shannon Sharpe under fire with this girl, Gabby, from OnlyFans, saying that he assaulted her in a sexual way. And we touched on Lil Boosie, went on live and said he got a bad heart condition. You know what I'm saying? He got a bad heart condition and was holding back tears when he was talking about it online. But that's everything we touched on today for episode 232. You know what I'm saying? Episode 232. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. Thank you for sharing. Hit that share button if you shared it. Thank you for hitting the like button if you hit the like button. Thank you for commenting if you commented on anything in the past. You know what I'm saying? Any episode. Thank you for commenting on that shit. You know what I mean? But yeah, this has been episode 232. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for clicking on that alert, coming to see what Kons Podcast talking about, because you could have been doing anything you wanted to do in the world, no matter who you are, whether you was a son, whether you a daughter, whether you a brother, a sister, whether you a boyfriend, a girlfriend, whether you was a husband, a wife, whether you was an auntie, a uncle, you know what I'm saying? Whoever you may be, you feel me? And if you got pets and you got a dog, let's say your dog is sitting there with you watching Kons Podcast, you know what I'm saying? Or you got a pet rabbit, you know what I mean, in his cage watching it, or you got a pet spider with all 8 eyes on it, you know what I'm saying? Or let's say you got a pet goat, let's say you got a pet cat, a pet bat, let's say you got a pet worm, you know what I mean? Whatever the case may be, they all got eyes on Kons Podcast. I definitely fucks with the whole family, including the pets, goddamn it, if they watching, you know what I'm saying? Like you see my nigga scrolling up the screen saluting you, you feel me? But yeah, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. No, you know what I'm saying? This has been episode 232 of Kons Podcast. You know what I mean? Thank you for tuning in. You know what I'm saying? If you hit that share button, hit the share button. You feel me? Tell somebody else about the shit. You know what I'm saying? Let somebody else know. Put the link in your social media. Put the link on your Facebook, on your Snapchat, in your messenger chats, in your group chat, in your work group chats, in your family group chats. Drop Kons Podcast. Drop the link in there. You know what I'm saying? Let somebody else come and see what Kons be talking about on this motherfucking podcast. You know what I'm saying? But thank y'all for tuning in. No, thank y'all for watching. I'll definitely see y'all next episode. You feel me? So enjoy this slapping ass beat that you're about to hear and enjoy my little commentary I like to put in these here credits.
You hate me, don't you? You hate me, don't you? Don't you?